to another week of knitting. We're starting this week on a Tuesday, because I didn't record anything yesterday. Took the day off, but I didn't take the day off, but I just didn't record. So anyways, we're going to start a week of knitting. Today is election day, but my state has no voting. So I'm feeling a bit of FOMO, if you will, because I like voting. I really do like voting. And what's funny, so like I feel like obviously New York and California, the two big states, are in the news a lot about their elections. And so I just kind of assumed, like, because I knew our state wasn't having an election, so I'm like, okay, well, it can't be that many. That, like, it, you know, it's just very interesting. So I was kind of always annoyed because everyone's like, go get out and vote. I'm like, how about you just specify? Because not every state has voting. And like a lot of people will think when someone says, go get out and vote, they'll be like, oh my God, I missed it. So no, like people aren't that dumb, but I just was always like, can you specify that like it's New York, but it's actually like so many states, but not mine. There's no voting, which is interesting. Now, granted, like in some states, it's like just a couple districts and it's probably just like school board or just like, you know, like little things, which you should still vote on. But anyways, I'm just having a bit of FOMO because no voting for me. Nothing to be done, no voting. But yeah, so I hope y'all got out and voted. Anyways, I got a lot of knitting done yesterday, so let me show you. Got a ton of the body done. With this design, listen, here's all of my what ifs. So obviously I wanted the neck to be big enough because I want at least 2 inches of ribbing, I believe. But then I was looking at these sleeves and I'm like, wait, is this, my goal for this is big, very oversized, like more than 12 inches of positive ease. Like, so then I was looking at this, like so big that I only have like 3 sizes because this will be the smallest size and it'll be like fit like a large, extra large. Anyways, this, I was like, wait, is this going to be too long? Because I still want like more ribbing. So basically I tried ribbing because it was curling. This, I'm using Cascade Revive, so it's 100% recycled wool. And honestly, it's like kind of nice. Good bang for your buck. But it's like curling, so it was like hard to tell how big that was, how it was fitting. So I just did a bit of ribbing and then a bit of ribbing here just so I could sort of get the picture. And then I was trying it on and I was like, wait, is this gonna be like too big? So then I'm like, no, I just need to knit more. It's not looking like it's gonna be too big. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be perfect. I just needed to see that, you know, and I still have way more to go. I want this, like, I low-key want the ribbing to start way below crotch level, like at least 2 inches below crotch level, and then I want a lot of ribbing. I'm still not sure if I'm going to have it split, because I feel like, I mean, it is going to be oversized, but I'm not a hippie, like I don't have hips, so I have to remember that when knitting for others. Like if it's going to be long, it has to be wide enough to where someone with more hips / a bigger bootay, where it's not gonna like sit awkwardly on them. So I might split it so then it's not as, and especially with ribbing, like unless you block it out, it's going to cinch in a little bit. So like maybe I'll like split it and it'll just be back and forth for a lot of inches. Not sure yet, but we are making headway and I'm liking how it's turning out. And so this is how I think I'm going to knit all of this. And then we'll see where we are and try it on and whatnot. But I'm really glad because I feel like I was not necessarily in a knitting slump, but like I was slowing down on knitting. And I'm like, girl, I am almost at like an overwhelmed point. And I put in a yarn order last night. It was kind of impulsive, I guess you could say. Impulsive, but like a good deal. So like wasn't, I don't know. I don't have $1 million to spend, so I'm just kind of like that money's just gonna, but I'm kind of like, it'll work itself out. It'll work itself out and it's gonna be okay. So anyways, Knit Picks is having a sale and I've never ordered from Knit Picks before. So I'm like, I wanna try it. Like, I think it's good to try yarns, try the big companies, and like they followed me when I like talked about them. So I'm like, okay, I'll try your yarn. So I ordered. And then I went back last night and was like, wait, no, I should cancel. I was like, wait, no, I should cancel. This was a bad decision. But then I had to call to cancel, and I'm like, no, they're closed. I can't call. So anyways, they're having like their 246 sale, and so obviously I checked out the $2 section, and I picked up 11 balls of Wool of the Andes Sport. So remember I talked about the Wool of the Andes, but then when I made the post, because I was like, oh, should I do this or Wool of the Andes? And some of my friends were like, girl, Wool of the Andes is low-key a bit itchy. And I was like, but for $2 a ball, I can't pass it up. I can't. So I picked up 11 balls of Hollyberry, and it was $22. Now, granted, I spent $31 because like shipping and taxes, which like, and like, if I was smart, not smart, but because that's not necessarily smart, but like, I was like, oh, what other yarn? I can't afford a bigger order. So like, I just had to bite the big one and pay for shipping. But they have a lot of good colors on sale. I was like, dang, should I like stock up? Then I'm like, girl, there's no stock up money. Get out of here. So yes, I did that and I'm excited. That is going to be for my second pot sweater. So this, it's like a deeper red, and I'm excited. They also had currant. Girl, which is more of like a purpley one, and I was like, oh wait, that one. I'm like, no, I don't want, I want Hollyberry. Hollyberry. So yes, I'm super excited for that. So that is going to be for my second pot sweater sample, which the testing is underway. I'm looking to release the pattern the first week of December. And along with that, oh my God, that's going to be a big week. The scarf is going to go on sale on my site and the pot sweater. But anyways, I think at last night I started to get overwhelmed because I was like, oh my God, like I have so much stash yarn. By the way, all of that in that basket, that's all scraps. So, but I was like, oh my God, I've never had this much stash yarn. Like I'm feeling like overwhelmed. I started getting overwhelmed and I was like, I'm never gonna wear these sweaters. I hate this. I don't want to do this anymore. Girl, I was just getting overwhelmed and being, I don't know, just whatever. But now I'm like, nah, this is awesome. Sorry, I'm looking a little, I know like, I didn't powder. Anyways, because I just bought so much on sale and like, it's just such good deals. So, yeah. So I have a lot of knitting to do. I think I was getting overwhelmed because I wasn't knitting as much. Oh my God, my hair drives me absolutely bonkers. I wasn't knitting as much and like not getting knitting done. And so I'm like getting overwhelmed because like the yarn is just sitting there. But I'm just like, no, we just need to like knit more. And like, it's going to be okay. We just get ridiculously overwhelmed for no reason. So anyways, yes, did that, ordered the yarn. And yeah, so on today's agenda, I have to go. I wasn't going to be doing anything. Yesterday, I went to Trader Joe's and then I picked up more prints from Mail Club. See, I like doing the Office Depot thing because I needed to get a couple more sheets, and I just did it and it was easy and I didn't have to wait. And now, like, that's just why I'm doing it, because orders come in, and technically on my site, I'm like, okay, I ship on the 1st and the 15th for Mail Club. If I have the stuff and I can just go walk down to the mailbox, like, I'm gonna package it up and ship it. So like for people that order, like someone ordered today, like I'm gonna go ship it today. Like it, you know, it's pretty easy. I have everything. But obviously once it grows and gets bigger, depending on like my schedule and stuff, which I'm also going to be starting a job, but like, and like, I don't know, whenever the mountain opens, I'm going to be working at a ski resort. But, well, you know, we'll see how things go for shipping new orders for Mail Club. But anyways, I went to Office Depot. I picked that stuff up yesterday, and then Trader Joe's, and then did a lot of knitting. And so today, my plan was to not leave the house today, but I got to go pick up a picture thing. I'm a part of like a nonprofit thing, so like I kind of do that on the side sometimes, and so I have like a little errand to run, really quick, really simple, and then I have a free Dutch, so I think I might go get a free Dutch whenever I get a free Dutch, which I don't. Let me know down in the comments if you are an East Coaster or a West Coaster, or if you are out of the United States. I can see my analytics, but I think it would be very interesting to see East or West Coast. I am a West Coaster. And so we love Dutch. We love Dutch bros here. And so whenever I get enough points for a free drink, I always get a medium Rebel because it's the most bang for my buck. Coffees are slightly cheaper, and I can't finish a large coffee. And also when you do a medium coffee, it's only 2 shots. So it's not like it's more caffeine. It's just more milk and ice. Like you get 2 shots in the small and 2 shots in the medium. So I'm like, it's like not, I don't really do a medium iced coffee from there. I don't do a super milky coffee. What confuses me is like, I'll see, like, you guys know that viral coffee shop. I mean, I swear to goodness, their cups are this big and it's filled with milk, and then they just top it off with 2 shots. I'm like, that is the most like, if I wanted a glass of milk, I would drink a glass of milk, and I do whole milk, like, period. But I'm definitely more of like a iced. If like an iced cortado was a thing, I would be an iced cortado. Like I like the same amount of milk to espresso ratio. So like the espresso has to be very strong to like have more milk in it for me. So anyways, we might go get a Dutch drink and then we're going to come back, and I need to film a lot of TikToks. I think I'm going to film a TikTok of me attempting, it's just tied around here. Ah, no. I'm going to film a TikTok of me attempting to fix my circular needle. I'm going to make a TikTok of me swatching up all of my colored yarn for a scarf, and maybe some transition TikToks. Not that I like to batch film, because I have a lot of like drafts, but I just don't, at some point, if they don't get posted, I'm like, I don't really feel them anymore. So it's like kind of a waste. So like batch filming is kind of hard for me. But I try to, when I get like gussied up, like this day after hair wash day, when like the second day bangs are like banging, that's when I try to do good TikToks, like transition TikToks and whatnot. So I'm gonna be doing that. And we got a storm coming in, so it's gonna get windy later today. So I should actually probably go before the wind comes. That's just an update. We're gonna get going. I feel like I should show off my outfits more, because sometimes I just get dressed and don't show it off like a good little YouTuber. I'm wearing my new clothes from Old Navy. I really like these jeans, but I will say this outfit is making me feel like a college kid, or like someone a bit younger than me. It feels very young for some reason, even though it's just a shirt and jeans. But I'm just thinking of this one friend I have who's like a couple years younger than me. I'm like, oh, I feel like you. But it's like, I don't think it's very cold out, so I'm just gonna wear this long sleeve. And so, Old Navy long sleeve, Old Navy jeans, and I think I'm just gonna put on my Birkenstocks. And we're just going to Walgreens to pick up the photo. And then touch brows, and then we're gonna come back and do work. Yay! You guys. Oh my god. Oh my god. We got that good. Good. Oh my god. Absolutely delectable. No straw today though, but that's okay. Let's go. Okay, mamas. Mission successful. Mission accomplished. We're gonna cook up an egg. Finish my bagel stash. Half a bagel. We're gonna have half a bagel. And I'm gonna do TikTok research and see what I want to make, what TikToks I want to make. Transition sounds, you know the vibes. So we're gonna sit right here. We're gonna sit right here and research. Remember when I just said that I was going to eat and then research for? Remember when I said I was gonna do that? I saw a company on TikTok advertise that they're hiring, and so whenever that happens, I go on and apply. I've basically taken the job approach as don't think about it and it'll come to you. Because when I was thinking about it, nothing came and I got ghosted. I was just over it. So anyways, yeah, I saw a company advertising that they were hiring. And, so I go on and I start to do it, and it turns into one of those create a pitch deck, research, how many influencers will you send this to, and dee-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. So I basically just did work for an hour for a company that'll probably just, hopefully not. Hopefully they will get back to me with some sort of answer, but they'll probably just ghost me and then, take the work that I did, because that's usually how it goes. I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm pretty optimistic, but when it comes to the job market, there's no optimism anymore. So now I'm just pissed off and frustrated because I had to finish it. I wanted to finish it. But yeah, that took an hour. And they're like, how about if you want to make a pitch deck and link it and, pitch deck for everything. And they're like, give us like a series for the Christmas season of like content ideas. I'm like, girl, how about you put me on the payroll and then I'll do some work for you. I don't know why. Like, for some of the questions, it like made sense. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I like this. And then it just kept going, and they just kept asking you to do more and more and more. And I was like, and so I wanted to put effort into it, but I also don't want to put too much effort into it. That's where I get annoyed, is putting so much effort into something and then you don't hear back at all. And I did that for 6 months, and I'm like, at this point, y'all, like, maybe if it was more normal to like respond and not ghost people, I would put in more effort. But and then someone who's not as burnt out as me is probably going to put in more effort and get the job. I'm so frustrated for a multitude of reasons, but I was like so motivated before I started going through the process of applying to that random job, and it just took everything out of me. Just switched and so now I'm just frustrated. I was gonna make a TikTok of sanding this all down, but I think I'm just gonna attempt to glue it with some Gorilla Glue. My freaking neighbors. Everything is pissing me off. I just stepped in water on my sock. I'm cold. So okay, there it is. So if you can see, like, it's broken in a place where like it fits back together. So crap, I don't remember. Okay, there. I don't really want any glue bits. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, well, I'm just not gonna touch that. I'm gonna hang this up and we'll just have that dry, I guess. I don't know. So frustrated. Take off my soaking wet sock. And I would go and walk, but it's cold and windy. The sun is in my freaking face. Pissed. I'm just pissed. Hi, guys. Just gonna be real here. I'm really frustrated with myself. I'm frustrated. I am unmotivated and I'm stuck. And so my eye itches. So I'm just here to make TikToks. I'm just not in a good mental place. I'm frustrated. So I need to get off my phone. So I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'll be back today. I'm just disappointed with how my day went. I had a lot I wanted to do / get done. And low-key doing that job thing, like, like, I'm just frustrated that, like, I kept clicking and they kept asking me to do more stuff. I'm like, put me on the payroll. Put me on the payroll. And I still did it. Okay. Hello. We need to talk. It's Wednesday. It's almost noon. I'm still in a bad mood. I did not wake up in a bad mood, but circumstances put me in a bad mood. We're kind of in the middle of a storm, and I woke up and the power was out, right? Which happens, it's been happening a lot in the past few years. It did not happen before. So it's frustrating because we've gotten high winds for as long as I can remember. So, like, there's no reason to turn the power off. And, like, even if they didn't turn it off and it, like, something, like, happened, like a power pole went down or, like, that doesn't happen. So it just doesn't make sense. So that put me in a bad mood. I had to go pay full price for a Starbucks coffee. I don't even want to, like, share the story. Like, I was not supposed to... Like, full price for a Starbucks? Hell no. Ugh. And then, of course, I come home and the power's back on. So I wasted my time, my energy, and my money doing that, which was awesome. And just, as you guys saw last night, I completely frogged that entire sweater. I frogged the whole thing, that sweater vest. I hated the way it was turning out. It was just not what I wanted at all. So I just feel like design-wise, I'm having a hard time, and, like, that's also frustrating me. So I don't know. And I'm also kind of getting overwhelmed with the yarn that I have. Not overwhelmed, I guess. I don't really know. Like, everything is overwhelming me for some reason. I guess I'll just show what I'm thinking right now. So this is all the Sofio alpaca wool, cotton, and cashmere yarn that I got. Because the vibe I want is that Acne Studios scarf, that super colorful one. And like literally the same size as this. This is like, I love this scarf. In the style of this, big, then colorful, and like doing these ties or whatever. I don't really know what that is. I think it's just the material that was used because it's 100% polyester, but it's very cozy, and I just enjoy these very big scarves. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do it like this, but I was like, well, maybe I could literally just use up the rest of my mohair / alpaca scraps and do it all within this. So this is, I held everything double on a 5mm and kind of was able to create like a gradient effect by switching one strand to the next color and then switching to both. See? So, because the Acne Studios one is like checkered, but like not checkered. It's like color blocks. And I just don't, like, that just doesn't, it's not classy. It doesn't age well. Like, I don't like I don't know. But I love all the colors, so I'm like, oh, I'll just try and do like some sort of gradient. This bag is like all of my fluffy scraps. So like this is some knitting for Olive mohair. This is some, I think this is also Lana Grossa mohair. This is some alpaca silk, and this is also some alpaca silk. And this is alpaca haze. I truly think this pills like crazy. Like, I don't think I would necessarily recommend this. I used this for that Baba dupe cardigan, the brown one, and it like pills. Like, it's like it's not fluffy, it's just pills. It's just pilly. So it's 58% alpaca, 22% wool, and 20% polyamide. So I'm not sure I would recommend this. Like, look at how it just kind of like felts up. It's very weird. It's kind of just like cheap. I don't know. But I have this and then a whole other skein because I was going to do pockets on that. But anyways, it's just a random mohair that like I got forever ago. I actually have so much of it. I should use this. I should definitely use that up. And then maybe like a couple creams or whatever. I don't know. And I'm also, I think, worried that I wouldn't be able to make something as big and long as this. And like, this is what I want. I don't want like a half-assed skinny scarf. I have a skinny scarf, and skinny scarves are cute. That's just not what I want, like, at all. I want something more practical and like cozy like this. So I just don't know. But technically I literally have like, but if I'm splitting this in two, then that cuts what I have into. But these are each 215 meters. And then cut in half is like 108. And I have 6. So almost 700 plus then my scraps. If I use it single, it's just not, it's gonna be too thin. Like, this has an element of like thickness to it. Like, it's pretty thick, and this is relatively about the same width. I also think I'll do a different kind of stitch. I'm not gonna do like a knit, because then I have like a purl row on the back and I don't want that. I was looking in my book. I have this Vogue knitting book with kind of like a stitch library in the back. It's kind of hard to see. I don't even know if you can see that, but it just looks kind of like a fabric in a sense. It kind of like looks like this. So I should probably just make a swatch with it. But I'm like, this is like kind of hard to like unravel. So I'm like, I don't want to make long, big swatches. But also, I think I'll be able to continue to use this needle. This is the one that I super glued, and it feels sturdy, which is good. It just has a bit of tissue remnants, but that's good. That was really frustrating to have these break on me, so good to know. You can just glue it in. We'll see how long it lasts. Hopefully a long time. So that's what I'm doing, and I'll update you if I make any decisions on this scarf. Good morning. It's Thursday, November 6th, and it's a beautiful sunny day. And don't get me wrong, like I like sunny days, I really do. But obviously I am a weather lover. So yesterday was nice and fun. But if the weather is going to take out the power, that pisses me off. I'm here knitting just a little bit. So here's what my problem has been. The goal for this is big, oversized V-neck vest because I saw someone wear one like at least 2 years ago, and I have scoured my TikTok likes for the video and I can't find it. So I'm going off of what's in my head, but it was a very long, kind of flowy knit V-neck. And the one that I started, the problem with it was that the sleeves were going to come down to like right here. And it was too sturdy for that, and that's not what I wanted because I want a lot of ribbing. And so now I've like literally done this multiple times, and I was going to do just increases for the back instead of short reshaping, and now I'm back to short reshaping. And because I would need it to be a small section, I need the neck hole to be big enough to have a lot of like thick ribbing, the shoulder section to be small enough so that I can have about 2 inches of ribbing on either side. And then my goal, I think, for the back is to include a lot of underarm shaping so that there's a ton of increases. Probably like 10 on either side. Because I would love to get to almost 200 stitches for the body. But that's like a lot of increases. But like I just couldn't have the back be so egregious because it's been very difficult. And I think I've been bad on this, and then I haven't cast on anything else. I haven't like done a design where like and like gotten it done and like yes. So then like it's been like frustrating, and then you get down and then you're just like, oh my god, you're just confused. Like you need a win, you know? So hopefully this becomes a win. I did cast on another sugar plum scarf, and then I frogged it. I mean, I only did like a few rows because I didn't like swatch, and like I kind of want to like play around because I was holding this yarn double, and I'll show you later. But this is what we're doing. This is where we are at, it's 9:45 right now. And I'm going to the dentist at 2:40, and I really need to paint my nails. I feel like this is the problem. Painting my nails makes me feel more put together, more creative, more overall, like, yes, like I can get it done. I feel good. I think, not that my videos necessarily do better, but I think overall the aesthetic is like, yes. But I'm like so tired of doing them. Like I literally have to do them every week, and it's frustrating. But I just feel like I should probably do them. So maybe I'll do that. But it's cold, but I want to go like do my makeup at my desk. But it's cold in this house. Okay, as I sit here, I just want to like talk. And something I want to talk about is this very interesting epidemic in the knitter community. Clogs. We need to talk about the clog epidemic. Now, let me just preface with saying I know the knitting of clogs has been around and has been done for a while. Like my problem is not necessarily with the clogs, and I don't have a problem. Let me also preface that. I don't have a problem. I'm just finding it, everyone's doing clogs. Like everyone's doing clogs, everyone's making a pattern for clogs. I'm like, okay, maybe there's like a couple ways to make clogs. I don't know. I think one person came out with like a cute striped clog pattern, or like a photo on Pinterest went viral or something. Like pink and red, super cute. Of course, like holidays and clogs, like it's very cute. And now I'm seeing people make clogs. I'm like, okay, cute. I'm seeing everyone make clogs. And then I saw someone come on who was like, I've been testing clogs, these clog patterns for the last 6 months. And I mean, obviously it just goes to show like everything, like especially in business, things take time, things take planning. But I feel for like it, because I feel like it's also happened to me where you're like, you've been sitting on a pattern or an idea or a design or something, and you're planning it out, you're really doing it, and then someone beats you to it. And you're just like, crap. Gosh darn it. So I feel for this person because I'm like, wait, but there's already a perfect clog pattern out there. That sucks. Because they were showing, oh, there's my neighbor. They were showing off how they had done like 20 clogs. Like they had been trying to make the perfect pattern. And I was just like, wow. It sucks to have put all that time in and someone kind of beat you to the punch. I'm like, damn. Then I was also like, how is it that we have, it's just clog city, I guess. Just trends are so interesting. And I'm finding, unfortunately, as the knitting community and crafting community and fiber arts community kind of gets picked up as more commercial, we're going to be seeing and dealing with trends more, which is low-key the exact opposite of what I felt this community was. But, of course, everyone's going to capitalize. And speaking of capitalizing, this is just a transparent conversation that I've just been thinking about and having with myself. And obviously, there's no right or wrong. There's no problem. It's just, but I just want to chat about it because I just find it interesting. So, has anyone felt a shift on Knit Talk? Now, I know knitting TikTok is like the last social media to like come on the scene for knitting. But I've been, on Knit Talk knitting for 5 years. Obviously, everything about TikTok has changed, which is really frustrating. Everyone just comes on because they want to make money. And it's like, there's like this one dude who's like, I just want to be transparent. I only came on here to make money. I'm like, why would I follow you? And people are like, respect. And then everyone else does it. And it's like, okay, so literally none of this is like, no one actually cares about what they're doing. They just want to make money. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, that's the case for most things in the world. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Because I think if you're only in it for money, you're not going to be able to succeed. You're not going to be able to do it long term. And so I think that's where it just kind of like differs. So no, I don't think like most people saying like, oh, I'm in it for money. No, like I don't think they are. Anyways, like you really have to love something. Like you could say like, oh, doctors are in it for the money. Yeah, they probably get started because they're like, oh, that's going to be a nice paycheck in 20 years. But they still have to put in 20 years of work and it's not easy. So the idea of like doing something just for the payout is just like not feasible. Anyways, I've just felt a shift, and I don't know if it's because my For You page is just pushing me a bunch of knitting content, but truly yesterday on Whip Wednesday, I was like, oh my God, is everyone knitting? And then also these big companies like Anthropologie tapping in and basically just ripping off knitwear designers' knits, and like sort of tapping into the crafty culture. It's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. And I've also seen, and I don't think I'll make a TikTok about this per se, because it's making TikToks with like true opinions that like, this doesn't necessarily harm someone, but someone could see it as me like shit talking on them. But I'm scared to make like full opinionated TikToks because it's scary. And it's not that, and also because I don't think I'm right or know that I'm right most of the time. So it's more just me sharing. Anyways, let me just freaking share what I have to say. I think a lot of people who create on TikTok, but obviously do it for like the wrong reasons, and they also have like no niche, like lifestyle is like, who cares anymore? So like you kind of have to have your niche and or like something to say. I think more and more influencers have like nothing to say. And so I'm seeing a lot of them be like, well, I'm picking up this little hobby. I feel like I've seen a few TikTok videos where they're like learning to knit, picking up a hobby, and they're like follow along, and they're almost doing it as a form of content rather than doing it because they love it. Like they're it's like those kinds of people that like donate money or their time or like volunteer or whatever, but they have to let everyone know that they're doing it. They don't do it in private. And I understand that like a part of a creator's job is to share what they're doing. I get it. So it's not that I'm necessarily mad that I don't know, but I'm just like, it feels disingenuous. I'll just say that. A lot of what I'm seeing feels disingenuous, and it feels like people are trying to come into this space, maybe because they see it as like an untapped market, seeing it as they want to make money. I'm like, girl, it's not really about money here. It's about this amazing community. And maybe they want to come in to this amazing community. I don't know. I feel like the way that I'm phrasing it, and I really don't mean this is such an open and loving community, and I want any and everyone to knit, like trust everyone in my life. I'm like, do you want me to teach you how to knit? They're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. But I don't know. I've just seen a couple, and it just, and maybe it's just because influencers, everyone is just called an influencer these days. I should probably just use the term content creator. But it's, a lot of content creators have the same sort of vernacular. They speak the same. And a lot of the way that they talk just feels very disingenuous, period. And so, I don't know. I felt like weird. And I was like, oh. Just, I don't know. Let me know if anyone has felt this way about social media. And it's mainly TikTok. I hate Instagram, so like I don't really know what's going on over there, even though I know how important it is. And I'm probably gonna be saying this for the rest of my life. But I just feel like a lot of what's going on in this crafting world feels a bit disingenuous, and people, I don't really know. But truly, everything is starting to feel disingenuous. I'm like, damn, this shift is like so crazy. Please stop telling me how to like gain followers or gain brand deals or blah, 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 blah. Like, honestly, 5 years ago, it like makes me sad because I feel like in the past month, I've just seen this weird shift, and obviously it's come on slow, but now it's like every other video is, I gained 10,000 followers in 1 month. It's like, you guys are just doing this for the wrong reasons, and like you've oversaturated this, but not with good stuff. So I don't know. I just feel very weird. I feel like what's going on is weird. And of course, coming into the holiday season, like sell. And it just feels like it's taking this craft away. The craft is like being bought out by consumerism and like clicks. Not because people actually like care or like want to do it, or you know, for like sweet and wholesome reasons. And I don't know. I think I have a problem because someone phrased it like, they're like, well, I just need to get a hobby. I just need to like do something and like get off my phone. And like, trust, I get it. Now that I say that out loud, that does not seem as bad. Like, obviously, yeah, like get a hobby. That's really nice. People don't make decisions for themselves. They just do it because the internet told them to get off the internet and get a hobby. Or they're like, oh, I just feel like such a loser. I'm just going to get a hobby. And honestly, when a lot of people get a hobby, they just like shopping. And they just like telling people like telling people that they have a hobby. That's what it is. They like telling people that they actually do things with their time. And listen, I don't give a shit if you do things with your time or don't do things with your time. How you live your life is your business. I guess me saying like doing things for the wrong reason, someone could follow up with, well, at least they're doing it. It's like, okay. But that's kind of how we've gotten to where we are in this world. People do things for the wrong reason. No one actually does anything because they care anymore. People do things for all the wrong reasons. And it's disingenuous and it helps in the short term, but we're here now. We are here where we are now because of the disingenuousness of the world. I think we can all agree we're not in the best place. And I do think a big reason is people do things for the wrong reasons. And I guess you could argue, what is the right reason? Well, I mean, the right reason would be like you care. You care about people. And like, yeah, I think most of us inherently care about people. But if that was the top reason that people volunteered, donated food, yada yada, then they would just do it. And they wouldn't talk about it. Moral of the story is I've felt a shift, and I don't know how I feel about that shift. And I think I wish I could remember exactly how this person phrased it that rubbed me the wrong way with, I'm just picking up this hobby. Maybe it's just the fact that it like is discounted, and like maybe I just feel like it's disingenuous because it's for clicks. And I understand that content creators are there to share their lives, and like that's something to share. But I think it sucks for people who like dedicate their whole life and already make content surrounding that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not about me. It's not about me. I'm sounding very like, what about me? It's all about me. But it's like that I think I made a TikTok of like the Nora Smith thing. Like you saw her like knit like one time, and like she got a brand deal with Wool and the Gang. It's like the way that things work is just weird. And then, you know, people will see like their favorite content creator knitting, and they're like, oh my god, I should totally pick up knitting. I think just people can't make up their own minds these days. People don't know what they want, and they have to like wait until their favorite content creator starts knitting. It's like, girl, you should have been knitting this whole time. It's awesome. It's literally the best. I don't know how much I'm going to include of this little rant, but I just felt like it's kind of something that's been weighing on me, and I feel safer just like opening my mouth and kind of chatting a bit more on here, because maybe people will understand more, or maybe you won't. But like when things get picked up on TikTok, it's very scary. I'm gonna clean up my space, fix my hair, probably get dressed. I hope you enjoyed this rant, and I hope I didn't come off sounding like the biggest biatch in the world. I don't mean to be. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to exclude anyone. I just really can't stand fake. I can't stand fake, and that's all the internet is. And I get it. People just want to make money out here. I get it. But I think, you know, you could understand how it can be a bit frustrating. But if anyone comes across my content and it inspires them to knit and they want to talk about it, I love that so much. That's the whole point. Okay. We're dressed. I'm in some Gap jeans, which are supposed to be loose, but they're not. And then the Hampton sweater in brown. We're heading to get gas and go to the dentist. Let's do it. What do we think? Ew. Girl, what the shit? Hello? I'm sorry. That warranted a, like, damn, my girl did me right. And I don't even get my shit whitened. Oh, she did me right. My girl does me right. But I just ran into World Market to check out the advent calendars. My music is going to start playing. Because I was in the area. It's right around the corner. And gosh darn, they are steep. And I know advent calendars are expensive, but like, I don't know. Am I the only one that like doesn't really care about advent calendars? Like, I kind of just wanted one to have something to open for like Vlogmas purposes, but then I'm like, you know, I would love to get the Tony's chocolate only one, but like most of their chocolate that they include has nuts, and I don't eat nuts, so that would be dumb of me to get that one. And then there was like, I don't know, just ones that like aren't necessary. There was like, I don't know, when it comes to like food advent, like, I don't know, just the whole point or the whole thing with advent is like, you know, if you get stuff that you don't want, and then it like, but anyways, I did purchase 2 types of digestive biscuits. I really love digestive biscuits. Funnily enough, my absolute all-time favorite ones are the store brand. What is the store? I have to look it up. Sorry. The Swedish grocery store Ica brand digestive biscuits. I would get the dark chocolate ones. Incredible. Like, I would eat like, they are so good. And for some reason, like, the whole like name of them, digestive, makes it seem like they're better for you. So I picked up the Galaxy brand milk chocolate digestive, which I've never had, but I saw that it was on sale, so I was like, yeah, a sale, yeah. And then I just decided to get the McVitie's digestives with dark chocolate. I am not necessarily a fan of the McVitie's, but I've actually never had the dark chocolate one. So I really want to try them right now. But I just got my teeth done. I did not get my teeth whitened. They just look very clean because they scrape stains off. They don't scrape plaque. It scrapes the stain off as well. So a little red down there. That's okay. No, I need to wait. Maybe I'll try them when I get home. Okay, I also have to say, it's only 4:30. Now, granted, there are some clouds covering up the sun right now, but goodness me, it's nighttime. It's time to go to bed. And I'm not like necessarily daylight savings hater. Like, I think people just think like daylight savings is the reason we have like, they forget they conveniently forget that during winter there is less sunlight. You average about less than 8 hours. No, maybe not even that. In like a normal area. And then most people who are like, northern have even less than that. We conveniently forget that. Daylight savings is not the devil that y'all think it be. Okay? It's just the way that timing and the sun and Earth's rotation works. But my goodness, is it weird to get used to? Because it's 4:30 and it feels like I need to go nighty-night. So. It's time for a wee little tasting. I will make a cup of tea later, but I'm just going to taste these. I had dinner. I showered. Let's try this one first. The Galaxy Digestives Milk Chocolate. Gorge. Galaxy Digestive? Are you joking my ass? Girl. Yeah. Those are really good. I don't know if it's the chocolate or the biscuit that's better. But that biscuit, fire. Quite literally fire. Let's go. The McVitie's. Okay. Get crumbs all over the bed. Just the way I like it. And these are also incredible. They're actually both really good. Now I don't remember if if the milk chocolate ones were as bad as they were. Maybe I just had like a bad batch. But these are both delectable. And you're gonna have to stop me from eating the whole pack. Oh, it's like calories. Not much going on with the dark chocolate, if you know what I mean. Like, she's there, but she's like not really a main character. I think I like the Galaxy more. Then it might be the chocolate. I don't know, they're both so good. The biscuit part is like not to be annoying, but I really like the biscuit part. Like, they're both really good. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm gonna sit here, do a bit more knitting. I'm watching a show. And then in a little bit, I'll make a cup of tea. It's almost 7:45. I don't really need the cup of tea until like 8:30 maybe. And I'm here with my kitty cat. Kitty cat Bean in the house. Next to the Stuffy laying under my sweater because I do let them lay on top and under. Like, if they're not like truly like tearing up the garment, especially this one, he just loves laying on it because he just knows that it's like mama. It's like mama. But he does try to like mess this up. Like, I have to be very careful because he will completely destroy very nice yarn. But if he's being a sweetie and he's just laying with it, I'll let him lay with it. Because he's just so precious. Just call him precious, you know. Highly recommend getting yourself some digestives. Even though they're called that, but they have no digestive properties. Like, I mean, there's probably some history behind it, but like for me, like, I wish there was a little bit of like fiber in them. Can we make digestives with fiber? You guys remember the Fiber One bars? But those are only one kind of fiber. I think it's soluble fiber. I don't know. So I've never had Weetabix before, but for some reason I've been craving it like nobody's business. I'm like, I need to try that. So, oops. I'll just put one in my bowl, and I'm gonna grab some brown sugar. We don't have brown sugar. We don't have any kind of sugar. So we're gonna use some fake maple syrup because we don't even have real maple syrup. Bit of milk. Ugh. I gotta work fast. I don't like things super soggy. Okay, just a little bit of that. Oh, oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, it's incredible. Wow. I really like that. I like me some Weetabix. That was real good. Now, maybe with like brown sugar and cinnamon. Now I'm gonna have to doctor those up. I needed it injected into my system. Like I just really needed to try it. It's Saturday. But not for me. I was like, I've been waiting to get a refill of the Westman Atelier contour stick because it's so perfect for my skin tone, and I just love that product. That's like, yes. But I've only ever had one mini, and it lasted me for quite a long time. It's annoying because there's still so much product in the tube, but it's below the line, so I've been digging it out. I've literally been scraping it out. I just need to depot the whole thing. But I was like, okay, I'll wait for the sale to stack because I have like 700 points because my mom uses my thing, so she always like gives me the points. So I have like 700 plus points. I can get a $10 off. And I'm like, oh hell yeah, let's coupon stack because 15% because like everyone gets 15%, or I'm a VIB or whatever, so like I get 15%. And I'm gonna stack. So I've been waiting and I was putting it off, and I know the sale ends. And then I told my mom, I'm like, oh, I'll go pick up your magic creams. And she's like, bougie. I'll go pick it up for you. And I go, it's Saturday, so it's bussin', absolutely bussin' at the seams. I'm like, okay, our Sephora ended up like downsizing, so it moved to a smaller building. So it's very tight. It's very tight in there. And so I'm immediately overwhelmed. I'm hungry. All I can think about is the Weetabix. And so I get to the front with my 2 little items. I don't even look around, nothing. Nope, I know what I need. I get to the front and, she tallies it up. And I get the mini one, which I know is $26. And then this is like, I thought it was $60, but it's $65. And she's like, okay, that'll be $89. I'm like, oh, doesn't sound like a deal, but okay. And then I'm like, wait, but I have my 500. Can you like take $10 off? And she's like, oh, we can't coupon stack. I'm like, coupon stack. I'm like, oh. And she's like, do you want me to see what it would be with the $10 off? I'm like, yeah. And it was like a few dollars more. So I'm like, So I just had her get the magic cream because I told my mom I would pick it up. But I hate Sephora. Like, of course you don't let me use my points whenever I want. Of course you don't let me use my points and the 15% off. And now the 15% is only like $3, so I would end up paying more with just the 15. So like I'd rather use my $10. But I'm like fuming. I'm fuming at the mouth. But then I decided to treat myself to a Lush Super Milk. Oh my god, I have to sniff it. So good. Screw those bitches. That pissed me off. But it's okay because I got this and I got the Weetabix. It's yummy. And there's a fire going, except it's hot outside. That's what's been going on today. I literally was going to film doing all that, but then Sephora was like out the ass crowded. And then that put me in a bad mood. So I think I'm gonna paint my nails though.